This event is the worst, most devastating, most deadly tornado event in Kentucky's history.
We still don't know how many lives are lost or the full extent of the damage.
This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. This is just terrible.
Buildings leveled, streets now disaster zones. The American Midwest devastated by more than 30 separate tornadoes, sending debris more than 9 kilometres into the air.
Like everybody says, it was like a roar, and it shifted the house where we were at and almost made us fall into the basement.
So far, there are deaths confirmed in Tennessee, Arkansas and Illinois, where 6 people were killed when an Amazon factory collapsed. Family members of those still unaccounted for are worried sick.
I talked to him about 8 o'clock tonight, a little before. I texted him and he was returning to the warehouse to drop his van off, and I haven't heard from him since. I want to know if he's okay.
But it was Kentucky that bore the brunt, the town of Mayfield among those hardest hit. A candle factory razed to the ground. 110 people were inside, working around the clock to meet Christmas demand. One of the workers streamed the experience on social media.
I'm really scared. I'm trying to be cool, but I'm really scared because where I'm at, I'm like stuck underneath the wall, so like I'll be the last person to get out.
While tornadoes can happen at any time, so many, so powerful at this time of year is highly unusual.
I've seen long tornadoes. I've never seen one this wide that just took out so much property.
Kentucky has declared a state of emergency, and President Biden has already directed federal resources to help.
I want folks in all these states to know we're going to get through this, and the federal government is not going to walk away.
Oh my gosh. That's all you can do is pray. That's all we can do is pray.
Well, some of the drone footage we saw in that story was filmed by Whitney Westerfield, the Kentucky state senator. I spoke with him a little earlier. Senator, thanks for joining us. The images obviously are confronting. Most of us have never been inside a tornado. What's it like there in the middle of things?
Well, the damage is just breathtaking. I live in my Senate district here in West Kentucky. I live about 90 minutes east of Graves County in Mayfield, where so much of the damage has been concentrated here in West Kentucky. But even we spent some time last night in a basement in a family member's home waiting for the storm to pass overhead, not sure if one of the tornadoes was going to land on top of us. And thankfully it didn't. Once the storms cleared and I gathered my gear, I'm a commercial drone pilot when I'm not being a legislator or an attorney here in Kentucky. And I drove west to Mayfield, where I knew a lot of the damage had been. And it's just breathtaking, stunning amount of damage.
How are the rescue and recovery efforts going? Is there any hope at all for those that are still unaccounted?
So obviously, I think with each passing moment, hope dwindles a bit. I think earlier today, our governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky mentioned that the last person that they were able to pull out alive from one of the biggest structures. In fact, one of the biggest structures that resulted in so many fatalities in Mayfield was a candle making factory. And I think I heard that the last person they were able to pull out of there alive was at 3:30 this morning. That was quite a while back. The temperatures have dropped. It's pretty cold outside. There's no power anywhere. I think hope is certainly dissipating by the minute.
Senator, as you know, in Australia, we've had our share of natural disasters as well, fires, big storms. We're being told to expect more of this because of climate change. Is that what you're being told there as well?
So I haven't heard that from many folks here in Kentucky or nationally. To be honest, over the course of the day, as I've shared some of the drone footage that I shot, there have been, I think, literally maybe 2 or 3 individual people who have responded to some of those tweets with some climate change arguments. I don't know that that's persuasive. I'm 41, and we've had tornadoes in a season of Kentucky every year I've been here. They're obviously not always this bad. We don't have them every single year, but they're not unheard of. So it's not unusual.
Senator, thanks very much for your time tonight. Stay safe.
Keep us in your prayers. Keep those folks in your prayers. Thank you all for reporting on it.